Hello and welcome to our review of Veronica Mars. I'm Paul,
And I'm Dave.
and this week we are discussing the episode Chino and the Man. As the previous episode, this episode originally aired July 19th, 2019. So, Veronica and Keith launch their investigation. Their involvement puts Police Chief Langdon on edge because we have a new police chief because, the last one was incompetent.
Yeah.
Penn goes public with his theory on who the bomber is, and meanwhile, local teen Maddie Ross begins her own search for her father's killer. Okay. We also have these two Mexican. They worked for the cartel for doing something, but they're also in Neptune trying to figure out who killed. Because one of the people who was killed in the bombing was a Mexican national who is somehow related to their boss, is like a cousin or something.
Oh, yes. All the bits from there. Just another marvelous thing to throw into the mix.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff kind of going on here, and also Dick comes back in this episode.
Yeah. 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 Little bit of the case of was slightly distracted with one or two things, and I nearly had the blink and I missed it, but had the slight head turn. It's like, wait a minute, he's playing with Dick? Oh my gosh, it's Dick!
Yes, and they kind of do a little fake out here, making us think that maybe Dick is dead, but it turns out that he has become a movie star.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, because and yeah, we also find out that Dick's dad is now out of prison and has a friend named Clyde, played by J.K. Simmons, who was in prison seemingly for quite a while and helped protect Dick's dad while he was in prison, and has his own ulterior motives for palling around with the Casablancas family.
A slight marvelous case of ha ha ha. Who wants to see the main villain of this series?
I don't think he is. I think it's too obvious. I think this guy's. I don't think he's the bomber. My gut says no. It's too
Well,
obvious.
well,
You could be right, but my gut says it's too obvious if you cast J.K. Simmons as the bad guy.
but then of course it's also the case of it's him, and he's so good at playing the bad guy
that,
in
that's a
nearly
good
just about
point.
everything that he does.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point as well. So yeah, he plays Clyde, who is palling around with the Casablancas family, and yeah, that will be interesting to see where that goes. He also saves Dick from a statutory rape charge, which that's nice of him.
There you go, something that he did to help out.
Yes, because Dick is a fucking idiot. Anyway,
Yeah.
what do we think of the new police chief, Langdon? We don't get to see much of her, but she seems a bit no nonsense.
Yeah, and in some cases she tries, but just either with the system of things and who she's especially dealing with, there's ebb and flow of she means business, but it's also kind of a case of she has no idea who the heck she's messing with in certain cases of she's interviewing the young girl whose father got caught in the explosion. Just the case of got distracted with another officer, and yes, the girl just ditched on her.
Yeah, why do you have like two doors like that out of your interrogation room? I feel like there should only be one entrance and one exit.
Yeah, it seems like a little bit of a design flaw of the building.
Yeah, that seemed like not a great idea. But yeah, speaking of Maddie Ross, we get a chance to see a bit more of her as she unknowingly goes after the Fitzpatrick family, who runs a front, which is a vending machine business.
Yeah, yeah. Which, um, again, I'm not exactly sure if there were the cases of either knowing about it, um, or hearing something about it, but I saw from Veronica's expression of knowing where the girl was going, like she was supposedly dealing with some business, and it was kind of the case of, oh no, it's most likely the Fitzpatricks, isn't it? But it wasn't until the reveal of the character is like, oh no, it is the Fitzpatricks. But not exactly sure if I either knew about the front or if she had concerns. It's like, oh no, it's the Fitzpatricks, isn't it?
I don't think that the like that this particular like that the vending machine business had come up previously, but yeah, and I like Maddie as a character. Like she seems tough, and Veronica's kind of annoyed because like she's smart and almost ditches her and stuff. And I'm like, oh okay, this could be a fun dynamic.
No, just kind of the marvelous case of, hey, do you want to know what you were like when you were a teenager? Have fun.
Yeah, it's exactly that. It's like, god damn it. Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. And I think the Fitzpatricks could also be suspects for being involved in the bombing. Like that seems possible.
Supposedly, but it's honestly one of those cases, especially with how much they were in the episode and kind of the bits that kind of been happened, that it supposedly could have happened, but not so much as a main scheme of theirs, but kind of someone in their crew that went behind their backs and did it supposedly. But again, it's only kind of a vague theory with how things are sitting.
Yeah, I could see it being them kind of like as a like protection racket. They're like extorting the hotels and stuff along the beach with spring break. I could make some sense. That's possible, I guess. But
I think
yeah,
the one other thing that I was slightly getting used to is, again, with the amount of time with this particular series, switching over from teen detective work to actual adult detective work and whatnot, getting the upgraded things of the serious of certain particular things. Because, oh my gosh, this particular episode had so many decapitated heads.
there were a few, weren't there? There was at least two.
Yeah, there
One
were a few.
one that gets biffed over the fence, and then there's the other one in the hotel room. Yeah, there. Or was that the same head?
No, it was two different
Oh, was
ones.
it two different
If
ones? Okay.
the makeup designers and whatnot were for designing the two of them.
Right. Alrighty. Well, if there's nothing else about this episode, next week we'll be discussing the episode Keep Calm and Party On. Okay. Veronica and Keith's client, Daniel Malouf, who we haven't really talked about much, but he is a senator or a congressman, or he is some kind of politician,
Yeah.
makes a shocking confession. Sheriff Langdon closes in on her top suspect. Veronica and Maddie join forces just as the whole investigation is flipped on its head.
Oh, joy. Well, I guess with the amount of episodes we kind of have, we don't exactly have a lot to sort of throw in filler or other sorts of stuff. So we got to get right to the crazy spin of the series.
Yeah, so there's 8 episodes this season, and we are not going to have any filler. They're going to be... I also do like the Veronica and Maddie joining forces. That sounds like a good time.
So it'll be interesting to see.
Yes. Hopefully, I don't think we do, but I'm crossing my fingers that Mac comes back at some point, because I really like her character.
Interesting to see. Again, just with timing and the other supposed things that were going on, who knows what sort of things she had in her docket.
Yes. Alrighty. Well, if there's nothing else, I've been Paul.
And I've been Dave.